Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jikook Moments. Today, we're diving into a truly special atmosphere, one that only comes once a year. In front of the HYB building, thousands of hearts beat in unison, all whispering the same name. From birthday-themed food trucks to a small smile caught on camera, everything feels like a scene from a film written by love itself. But this year, something feels different. Just before Jimin's birthday, Jungkook made a small move that once again shook the fandom. 13 songs, one playlist, and countless interpretations that stirred every heart. Was it coincidence, or a hidden message from someone who's always present in every chapter of his story? Let's uncover it together. The warmth behind the smiles, the signals behind the melodies, and the meanings only understood by those who truly listen. Seoul greeted that morning in an unusual calm. The crisp autumn air mingled with the scent of ginkgo trees, carrying the silence unique to a big city. Yet, in front of HYB headquarters, the air felt alive, as if it breathed along with thousands of hearts beating one name, Park Jimin. As October 13th, Jimin's birthday, approached, the area in front of HYB transformed into a global symbol of love from armies around the world. Rows of food trucks, birthday-themed buses, and giant digital billboards turned into an unofficial stage for a worldwide celebration. Since dawn, fans had gathered with banners reading, "Happy Birthday Jimin," yellow flowers, his favorite color, and glowing chrysanthemums that lit up the city's dim morning. The air was filled with the scent of coffee and sweet pastries, along with soft laughter and voices calling, "Happy birthday, Jimin." Every food truck became a bridge of emotion. Cups of coffee labeled, "You're the warmth in our cold days, Jimin." A simple sentence, yet it perfectly captures how fans see him, not just as an idol, but as a gentle light that brightens lives touched by gloom. Even HYB staff seemed amazed, slightly overwhelmed. Every year, Jimin's birthday feels like a mini festival, one staff member said with a hidden smile. His fans are incredible. They don't just give, they share joy. Meanwhile, on social media, hashtags like #HappyJiminDay, #JiminDay 2025, and #OurAngelJimin topped trends in multiple countries. From Korea to Latin America, armies shared videos, photos, and heartfelt messages about Jimin's journey, from debut to this very day. And amid the morning stillness filled with echoing cheers, one simple moment became eternal. According to eyewitnesses, Jimin looked out from HYB window, smiled softly, and waved to the crowd. It lasted only a few seconds, but that brief gesture brought tears to countless eyes. For most fans, love for Jimin has never been about his angelic voice or captivating stage moves alone. It's about his sincerity, the gentle energy he radiates through his songs, laughter, and comforting smiles. The long line in front of HYB was living proof. Jimin isn't just admired, he's deeply loved. Happy birthday, Jimin. The world may not be big enough to contain all this love, but your smile will always inspire millions of hearts. That was the prayer whispered through countless messages. A few hours before midnight in Korea, Jungkook suddenly became active on Instagram stories. He shared a list of music recommendations, a common habit, but this time, something was different. He picked exactly 13 songs. For veteran armies, the number 13 isn't random. Jimin was born on October 13th, and is said to have a small, 13, tattoo on his wrist, a symbol of good fortune and a reminder of his debut days, forever tying his birth and career to that number. Among the playlist, one song stood out, "Moon" by Daniel Caesar, a track that fans had previously requested under a post on Jungkook's Dog Bam's account. The next day, that very song appeared in Jungkook's playlist. Coincidence? Or a soft message only those close to their story would understand? Jungkook has always been known as someone who rarely expresses feelings directly. He prefers weaving messages through symbols and melodies that only the attentive can decipher. That's what makes his dynamic with Jimin so unique. It's not about open declarations, but about quiet connection through subtle signs. For many fans, each gesture feels like a piece of a continuing puzzle. Every important moment in Jimin's life seems to have Jungkook's presence, through a song, an emoji, a comment, or a simple playlist. Their connection feels unshakable. When Jungkook shared those 13 songs, fans didn't just see a playlist. They saw a gentle gesture, a quiet form of presence. To outsiders, it might seem like nothing more than music, but to those who know, it was an invisible gift: attention, care, and unspoken affection. Like every story in the entertainment world, behind the warmth of celebration and cheers, shadows of chaos always lurk. Amid the birthday euphoria, the fandom was once again stirred by a complex issue. An anonymous statement appeared on Twitter, now X, claiming that Taehyung was a victim in the viral Paris photos with Jennie. The post alleged that those pictures were part of a professional project later manipulated to look romantic, as if Taehyung was exploited without consent. But not a single official source confirmed it. Big Hit stayed silent, YG didn't comment, and credible media remained quiet. The rumor came from an account long known for spreading hate and falsehoods, especially targeting Park Jimin. Then the question arose: how could a fandom that claims to love all 7 members equally so easily side with an anonymous account that has consistently insulted one of them? How could love for one ship overshadow truth that attacks another member's integrity? That same account had changed its narrative multiple times. From blaming HYBE managers, to accusing Jennie's team, to painting Taehyung as a victim, all in an attempt to protect a spotless image. But in the swirl of shifting stories, Jimin somehow always got dragged in. Whenever moments between Jungkook surfaced, in vlogs, live streams, or concerts, loud voices would insist, "It's just fan service, just coincidence, just edited." But how can fan service reach emotional depth? The kind shown through shared glances, songs, and playlists that speak louder than words. The fandom, meant to be a space of love and appreciation, has too often turned into a battlefield. Love has shifted into rivalry. Truth drowned under speculation. Many claim to love all members, but few truly prove it by respecting boundaries, rejecting hate, and standing against cruel rumors. When Jungkook shared those 13 songs, perhaps he really was just sharing music. But to those who truly listen, it was a quiet signal of presence. He may not express his emotions openly on camera, but in his silence, he speaks in ways only hearts in sync can hear. The fandom remains divided, between those who see love in silence and those who deny it, trapped in their own illusions. But ultimately, true love for BTS means understanding them as human beings, not icons. It means protecting them from hate, respecting their privacy, and choosing truth over rumors. On a day when Seoul trembles with birthday cheers, when Jungkook speaks softly through melodies, and when speculation threatens to explode, we're reminded that being a real army isn't only about celebrating beauty, but about standing firm when lies appear. Happy birthday, Jimin. May every smile, every lyric, and every step you take continue to warm millions of hearts around the world. Because magic isn't always seen, sometimes it's felt in a whisper only true listeners can hear. Amid Seoul's glittering lights, among hashtags flooding social media and food trucks lining the HYB front gate, one thing becomes clear. Love for Jimin isn't just celebration, but a recognition of a soul who inspires countless hearts. And when Jungkook shared those 13 songs, the world may have seen just a playlist. But for those attuned, it was a silent language, a tender message from heart to heart. Behind rumors, debates, and endless fan theories, Jungkook remains a story told through silence. Not about who's right or wrong, but about a connection that continues to live, even without being spoken. Happy birthday, Jimin. May your path keep shining bright, and your smile remain the reason the world feels a little warmer today. Because sometimes, love doesn't need to be declared. It just needs to be felt, in a simple playlist, a glance caught on camera, and in hearts that know when to stay silent. Thank you for watching Jungkook Moments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because every small moment could be part of a bigger story that only we understand together. See you in the next episode, where silence speaks louder than words.